cake, and it was really fun, so I thought I'd show you guys how I did it. This cake had 6 layers, and as you can see, each layer is a different colour. I had purple, pink, orange, yellow, green and blue. Once I'd levelled all the cake layers so they were nice and flat, I had to cut 2 more circles in each cake. Now, I didn't have 2 cutters that worked for this size cake, so I used 1 cutter for the small one, and then I used the container that the cutters went in for the larger one. Sometimes you've got to improvise. Now you can see that the circles are an even distance apart. Once I had cut all the circles out, I put the green, blue and purple ones together and just sort of mixed them up, and did the same for the pink, orange and yellow. One thing you want to take note if you're going to do this yourself is it helps if all your layers are the same height. Next step is to put the whole thing together. When stacking the cake, I just had to make sure that I was alternating the colour combos. So starting off with the pink, yellow, orange and alternating with the purple, blue, green. And I just did that going up the cake. I also used a little bit of buttercream to stick each circle together in each layer. And that just makes sure that when you cut the cake, the whole thing stays together. So that's a pretty important step. Now I have seen people make this cake a little differently, where they stick all of the circles together in each layer and then stack those layers up. I just find that it's just a little bit too much handling for me, and I find this way a lot quicker. Lastly, I did a crumb coat and a top coat in white buttercream, and then I cut it open. I definitely could have done something cool with the decoration, but I just wanted to show the method of getting that checkerboard pattern. And how cool does it look inside? If you didn't know that that was inside this cake, and then you cut it open to reveal this, like, that's a pretty cool surprise.
Have you ever seen such a beautiful rainbow cake? I'm going to show you how to make it. Start with my white velvet cake, divide it into 6 different bowls and color each bowl a different color of the rainbow. I like to use pink instead of red because I just think it's really cute and like Lisa Frank style and kind of nostalgic. Stack those up with some easy buttercream, give it the old crumb coat, the final coat of buttercream, smooth it all out with your bench scraper and your offset spatula, and of course add some rainbow sprinkles down around the bottom. So now we're going to add our water ganache drip. If you don't know what water ganache is, it's a combination of chocolate and water instead of cream, and you melt it down and you can add whatever color you want. This time I added like a goldy brown color, and it just makes the most beautiful drip and is easy to paint on. As you can see, I painted mine gold and it just looks really nice. Add some dollops of buttercream, some more sprinkles, and our rainbow cake is complete. But I still want to know,
let's make a twinning rainbow cake. These are fondant logs I've created, and sticking them with some water, cutting them all at the base of the same length, feeding through some skewers. Let that rest for a few days and then build your cake as per normal. I've crumb coated, leveled out the sides and the top, and then popped it into the fridge to set for 20 minutes. Apply your final layer of frosting, back into the fridge it goes, and be sure to repeat this with a second cake. With some ganache, just adding all the different colors of the rainbow on little dots that I've marked in the frosting. And then piping rosettes over the top of that using a 1M piping tip and a 32 tip just to fill in the spaces. Once it's set from the fridge for at least overnight if you can, pick it up and reposition it on a display board. Our rainbow is nice and set. I'm just feeding it through each cake and then creating little clouds with buttercream to hide the seam.